Example 4, using the rational zero theorem to find rational zeros. We're going to use the rational zero theorem to find the rational zeros of f of x, which is equal to 2x cubed plus x squared minus 4x plus 1. So, in step number 1, the rational zero theorem tells us that if p over q is a zero of f of x, then p is a factor of 1 and q is a factor of 2. So p is the factor of the constant term 1, and q are the factors of the leading coefficient 2. So we have plus or minus 1 in the numerator. In the denominator we have plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. So that means we're going to have plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 1/2 as possible rational zeros of this function. So in step number 2, we're going to list out each individual. So we have 4 of them. We have negative 1, 1, negative 1/2, and then positive 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're then going to use each particular possible factor of that term and plug it into the function. So we have negative 1, and we plug it into our function. So we have 2 times negative 1 cubed plus negative 1 squared minus 4 times negative 1 plus 1. If you follow the order of operations or plug this in your calculator, then we get an output of 4. If we plug in f of positive 1, we plug in positive 1 into that function. So we have 2 times 1 cubed plus 1 cubed minus 4 times 1 plus 1. That gives us 0. If we plug in negative 1/2, again, plugging it into the function gives us an output of 3. And then the last possible 0 is 1/2, so it's positive 1/2. And if we plug that into the function, then we get an output of negative 1/2. So I want you to take a look here. So we have one output that represents 0, and the rest of them give us numbers. So whenever we get 0 using the factor theorem, that tells us that the 1 is a rational zero. So of those, we can see that negative 1, which gives us an output of 4, negative 1/2, which gives us an output of 3, and 1/2 gives us an output of negative 1/2, are not zeros of the function. But we can see that 1 is the only rational zero of the function because we get 0 as a remainder.